All the information about who you'll be playing in the game is recorded on your character sheet. I've assigned you your class, but you can go ahead and pick your race.
White.
Alrighty, what's up, Chocolatiers? Welcome back to another video. Today I am talking about Ted Season 2. Now, Season 1 of Ted I thought was really good. Thought it was well paced. Thought the jokes were perfectly timed and it was hilarious. And I was glad to come back to this world because we're never getting Ted 3. Let's just be honest with yourself. It's never happening. And I'm one of those people, you know, I like Ted 2. I know a lot of people don't like that film. So I was very excited to know that we're getting a sequel to the show as well. And so Ted Season 2, you're not following a plot like usual. You have these standalone episodes, very anthology-esque. This time it is kind of leading to something. It's leading to John graduating, so this is kind of like his senior year of school. They don't really fully touch on that stuff, though. It's not like a pivotal, you know, plot point or whatever like that. But you get some really great episodes for technically this last hurrah, if you would, since this is probably going to be the last season, unless just like last season when Seth MacFarlane said, yeah, we're not making Season 2, and they end up making Season 3. I don't know. But as for right now, with it being done, I love this show so much. I think the jokes are perfectly timed. It has some of my favorite episodes this season, like the Susan going to prison episode is hilarious. One of my favorites is also the Dungeons and Dragons episode, which I know is a lot of other people's favorites from what I was seeing online before I got to that episode. And the thing with this season is that even though I was talking about how Season 1 had perfectly timed jokes, this season has like better timing as far as like the line deliveries and stuff. That just makes them even funnier. So like, for example, there's the scene, if you've seen the episode of Season 2, I think it's episode 3, the Dungeons and Dragons one, when they're making their character sheets. Maddie's sitting there. Maddie's one of the funniest characters there. And when they're picking their races, just like the line delivery of that and what he says and stuff like that, it's just so funny. Also, like towards the end of the season when we talk about like the OJ trial and stuff like that, they let you know like where you're at timeline wise with the movies and like where we're at in the year and stuff like that. And they always have something funny to say. I really think the premiere was also very excellently done. I think one of my other favorite episodes, which I haven't seen a lot of people talk about, is the play episode where John and Ted are auditioning for this play, and some crazy stuff ensues. And I really love this show, much like how I feel like South Park nails their comedy, where they make fun of everything. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, they're just like ragging on this or ragging. No, it's everything. Everybody's attacked. Every religion's attacked. Every single thing is attacked. Much like, for example, they make fun of Blair and her beliefs, but they also make fun of Maddie and the way he is perceived and stuff like that, and his beliefs. At one point, he ends up in the hospital. He's just straight up racist because his doctor is black, and it's just the funniest shit ever, just the way they nail those jokes. I really think the CGI is excellent. Like the VFX on Ted are just not just only really good, but like in particular, like I said, the Dungeons and Dragons episode, they like take you into like this fantasy world, and they didn't have to do that, but they do, and it's hilarious. But it looks really good. Like these sets are really cool. The costume designs, makeup, wardrobe, everything's really cool. And so I definitely understand why it costed a whole lot of money for this, which is part of the reason why we probably won't get a Season 3. But man, this show just nailed it for me. It did everything that I wanted from this show. So I think I'm gonna keep this review kind of short and sweet. Much like the show itself, I think I'm gonna give this show a 9 out of 10. I think it's excellent. Actually, no, let's bump it to a 9.5. There's like one episode where I've got some problems with it pacing wise. I can't remember which episode it is. I think it's 7 or 8. It's one of those in there, but I don't want to spoil it. It's close to the end. But outside of that, every episode I think pretty much lifted above from Season 1. Like I said, in particular, even like that, just real quick, just talking about some episodes I love. The episode where, was her name like Miss Robinovich or something like that, where Ted is like hooking up with her, and it's like hilarious. Like when he's having to run down the street, he's got like this thing on him. And it's just so many creative ways that they use Ted in these scenarios, and so many creative ways they do these jokes. I haven't laughed this hard watched a comedy in years. Procedural comedies are kind of dead. That's what I like to always say, because yeah, you've got your Abbott Elementaries and you've got, you know, everything like whatever just now and then, but you don't really have a comedy that just like nails it like that. Like even like Abbott Elementary, I'll laugh my ass off like 3 episodes in a row. But like one episode here, one episode there, whatever. You know, even Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'm a big fan of back in the day. I thought that show was excellent. Thought it was well done. But it's one of those things where like every episode's not having you like cackling that hard, laughing that hard. This brought me back to like those Jump Street days of like when those 2 films released, and like just every single joke I thought was landing. That it is how you perceive it. I will say that too as well. Comedies are subjective, just like, you know, most movies and film and stuff like that is. But for this, the jokes landed for me. If they don't for you, I can see you maybe not being so high on this, but they definitely work for me. So with that, let me know your favorite episode down below in the comments below. Like, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.